This is Religious Chicanery 2. The title of this is Religious Chicanery 2, or B. Now in this segment, I want us to look at just a few things, okay, because I don't want to get destroyed. I would like to say a lot more, but I know I'll probably get destroyed if I try it. So I'm going to push the envelope pretty far, but hopefully I don't get burned at the stake. So I want to look at just a few things that we hear from behind the pulpit. We hear in our sermons, and we hear, and they sound so right, and especially we're in that mindset of, yes, I'm in the mood to absorb religious, in that mindset, absorb religion rather, and we're in that mindset, and it sounds so right on because our minds are implanted with all kinds of pre-thoughts to set it up. If we weren't in that space of, okay, well, we're in the religious space, but we were just in regular space, we would be like, come on, stop already. But you know, what are we going to do? Get up from the pew and just walk out of the church and tell the pastor, go fuck yourself, liar? Well, no, we're not going to do that. We're not raised like that. Although, honestly, we should start doing that, although I know it's not going to happen. But, you know, the church would really turn around real fast if the people that populated the pews and keep handing them their money started doing that. Things would turn around real fast. But I don't see that ever becoming a reality. So let's stick to what is a reality. And the reality is, when we're in that space, we're in the religious space, all of these things go in our heads, and we just absorb them all and think, oh, yes, yes, amen, and oh, it's wonderful, and oh, thank you, Jesus, for saving me from hell, and all that stuff, regardless of the fact that salvio doesn't mean anything like that. Salvio actually means return to the state of wholeness and be healed because you're jacked up. Okay? That's what salvio, in other words, salvation, that's what it really means. Never mind all the chicanery and all of the ideologies built around that to bend our minds so we create paradigms of paralysis for ourselves. Oh, yeah, they. And you know, on that one note, let me say this. You know, the reason the world, and when I say that I mean secular, the world, like regular folk that aren't part of the church, hate the church and despise the church so much and want to destroy Christianity so much is because of that confusion with the word salvation and the diabolical brainwashing that goes on because of it. That's why they want to bring down the church. That's why they come up with the idea, and I'm talking about the world system now. That's why they come up with the idea of there's no such place as hell. Hell is basically an isolation spot where some souls need to actually be isolated. We talked about that earlier, so we're not going to go into it again, but some souls really do need to be isolated. I think you know that. I mean, there's priests that rape little kids. Those souls need to be isolated. There's mass murderers. They need to be isolated. There's your Hitlers, your Mussolinis, your people like that. Pol Pot and, the like. Those people need to be isolated. They don't need to be on the surface of this planet, jacking the planet up. There is an isolation chamber for them, and that's what hell is. That's what hell is. But the world system, in retribution, in karmic fallout from all of this religious chicanery surrounding the idea of, I'm going to control you through fear of hell, and all the other nonsense that goes on in our churches, even to this day in the 21st century. The reason they're pushing back so hard is because of this idea. That's why they want to crash Christianity. It's stupid. But that's what they want because Christianity has done so much chicanery and they see it for what they see it for what it is. They see the chicanery of it. They ignore the good stuff. It's almost like the opposite of, people of the church. We look at that and we say, oh well, the chicanery's okay. Hell no, it's not. Bullshit. It's not okay for 1 second. But they're looking at it from the opposite thing and saying, you guys are nothing but chicanery. There's no such thing as goodness coming out of the church. It's all evil wickedness. Well, that's just as stupid. Do you see? Do you see that? It's almost like, if you actually really studied the religion and threw out these doctrines that are so stupid that we really need to reevaluate. We really do in the 21st century. I'm telling you the truth. If you studied the thing, you would see, hey, there is a giant empowerment message in there. Not this, I'm a worm business. I'm not worthy to kiss the straps of your sandals, which is what the idea comes from John the Baptist when he's talking about what the Christ to come actually is. I'm not worthy to kiss his sandals, meaning, look, this guy's on a completely different level. But what do you tell people that, these people didn't exactly get high school educations and exactly, go home and turn on their computers and study? This is like, before? It's a long, long time ago. Reading and writing was not common back in those days. So how do you make your point? It's like you have to say something they can relate to, or you're just talking rubbish to them. That's why the New Testament stories use all of these analogies that just don't really apply today. Oh, I'm a shepherd and you're my sheep. Hey, you know something, man? We don't really... It's not like we have a tribe of sheep in the backyard or something. Look, these things, we have to evaluate the reality of these things for what they are. We just really do have to evaluate the reality of these things for what they are, and we have to see how they're bent and twisted, and through the use of chicanery, the ideology that comes out of them to bend us to forge these paradigms that are wrecking us in the 21st century, okay? And actually, I'm going to go even further and say, not only are these ideologies that come out of the chicanery in general, and of course this has to do with religious chicanery, not only are these ideologies that come from the chicanery of religions in the 21st century wrecking the people within those religions, but now the world system is saying, okay, well, because you've done this, and this, and because we want you destroyed anyway, because even though you don't know, even though you do not understand, and even though your religion does not teach you that there is real empowerment in tying back into what the heck God actually is, we want to make sure that doesn't happen. So we're going to destroy your religion. And here's the excuses we're going to come up with. Because you've done all the chicanery. It's almost like karma. It's not even almost like karma. It is karma. Okay? These people are doing wicked crap, and wicked bad stuff's going to come out of it. And welcome to the 21st century. Okay? Welcome to the 21st century. You keep shooting yourself in the foot, and I'm talking about the church. You keep shooting yourself in the foot and think, oh yeah, I'm going to walk straight for centuries. Oh, nonsense. Nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. You keep telling people they're worms so you can create a paradigm that says, oh, we're going to run your lives. And you think that's not going to have karmic fallout. And on that note, let me just talk about this I'm a lowly worm thing a little more, because it's very important, especially in the 21st century, to understand that you are not a lowly worm. That you are not, we're so unworthy. Let me quote a couple of quotes from the Christ that comes right out of the book of John. I'm not even going to open the Bible, okay? I'm just going to speak them outright. And while I'm saying this, understand, please understand that that when Christ was saying these things, when these quotes were recorded and saying this is a quote from the Christ, understand this was still the time of the gods. Still the time of the gods. That's really important. If you don't understand the time of the gods, as opposed to the time we live in today, you might want to kind of run it through your mind a little bit and understand, oh, this was kind of a different time, wasn't it? Yes, very much so. Not the 21st century time. It was the time of the gods. No, Christ was not running around preaching and teaching the lowly worm message that you're a worthless piece of crap and you're going to burn in hell forever if you don't do things like this and that. He wasn't preaching that. I don't care what your divisiveness doctrines are telling you and implanting these devious thoughts in your mind, which is chicanery, by the way. That's not what he was doing. He was preaching an empowerment message. Okay? And at one point in the book of John, in the Gospel of John, he says, I come that you may have power. And then he goes on to describe the power. He says, the power to become the sons of God. Now that's kind of empowering, don't you think? And then at another point in John 10, I don't remember it right off the top of my head. I think it's 30-something. Let me look it up. Yeah, John 10:34. He says, is it not written in your law? And he's saying, this is a quote from God, I said, ye are gods. Does that sound like you're a lowly friggin' worm? Does that sound like, oh, you must capitulate to the church or you'll burn in hell forever and a day until beyond the cows come home, because if you're burning in hell, they never come home, by the way. I mean, come on, man. Hey, the chicanery. The chicanery is overwhelming. The book is an empowerment message. It's an empowerment message, okay? That's why the world system, the system that runs the planet, that's why they're on a campaign to destroy it. Because if the people that actually follow it, which is billions of people, ever find that out and ever wake up to that, and ever wake up to the idea that, wow, we've been sold a bill of goods telling us we're worms and telling us the usual stuff and we're going to burn in hell forever and a day and all the other usual stuff. If the world system knows, if the followers of that, which actually used to be called followers of the way, by the way, back in the time when Jesus made these quotes, if the people ever wake up, we're going to be in trouble because they'll shift the paradigm. And we can't have that because it'll jack up our plans. That's why they're destroying Christianity, not any other reason. That's why. And they're using the sins of the church to destroy the church. Holy crap. I mean, do you see how simple this is? Do you see how simple this is? This is why we need to re-examine. This is why we need to look at the religious chicanery for what it is. You know what I mean? This thing kind of sounds like I'm attacking Christianity, but I'm not. I'm attacking the chicanery that labels itself as Christianity and saying, oh, yes, you stupid worm, you worthless piece of crap, you're not worthy to even kiss my feet, you bums, you pieces of trash. The default position is just like Augustine says, and the church adopted in 400 and 500 AD, saying the default position for you is to burn in hell. Creator put you on the planet so you could burn in hell. Do you see the nonsense of this crap? Huh? And they're perpetuating the same crap today. It's all bullshit. It's not even Texas bullshit. This is just bullshit. Worldwide bullshit. Come on. Can I have an amen, children? And this worldwide bullshit keeps perpetuating itself because the people running the show, running the Christian church, and I mean the people that are in real power of the Christian church, they don't realize they're passing on fallacies and shenanigans and chicanery. They don't realize that. They actually believe it. They honestly, most of them honestly believe the rubbish they're spewing. Not because they're not doing it because they're evil, wicked, bad people. Not to say that the church isn't filled to overflowing with evil, wicked, bad people. It is. Don't get me wrong there. It is overflowing with evil, wicked, bad people. However, the people running the show think they're doing wonderful things because they're all frigging brainwashed. They went through seminary. It's like you going through college today. When you come out of that place, your mind has been tainted by liberalism. And you're going to have liberal mindsets that if you don't realize what's going on, you're going to turn into a weirdo and think it's normal. I need a safe room for disagreements because I'm going to fall apart. I don't know what critical thinking is because I'm dealing in ideology. It's the same crap. It's the same crap. Same exact thing. That's why we, the people, need to examine our religion. And I'm talking about Christianity, but if you live in the Middle East, you got your own damn religion. If you live in Asia, you got your own religion. If you live in the jungles of wherever it is, you got your own religion. If you live here or live there, you got your own religion. It's just that the phenomena of Christianity is worldwide. And English is kind of like a worldwide language today, kind of like Latin was for the Roman Empire. So I'm speaking in English and I'm speaking about Christianity, but please draw parallels. Please draw parallels because, I mean, what's going on today is really not good. It's all against we the people. All of it is against we the people. And the reason it's against we the people is because we the people are the ones that create the paradigms, okay? Please start connecting the dots, okay?